my new toy, USB power meter. Shows you how much power is flowing through the USB connection while you're charging something. It's got a little readout screen. Okay, right now it's plugged into a laptop. You can see it says 0.00 amps. You push a button. It says 5.06 volts. And we're just going to plug in this battery pack here and watch it charge. You can see 1.24 amps, 1.48, 1.48, 1.5. Now USB is supposed to be 5 volts constant, and you can see under load this one drops to 4.75. It's not supposed to drop that low. It's not terrible. I've seen worse, but having consistent voltage is very important. Oh, so this is what's inside the battery pack. There's 4 of these. It's about, let's see how big. Well, this is a different size battery, but it's about 10 amp hours. Come down here, we're still at 4.75 volts and 1.47 amps. Alright, next. Here we have the charger that came with my Galaxy phone. It's for smartphones and tablets. It has a 2 amp output, possible 2 amp. It's going to depend on the cable and the device. I don't have any devices that pull 2 amps. I think that's mostly tablets. But go ahead and plug it in. Alright, so we can see 0 amps and 5.5 volts. That's actually okay. This is a charger, and it's only going to be used for charging power-hungry devices, so the additional voltage is fine. If anything else, the device that's being charged will step it down to 5 volts. So I'm going to struggle to plug this in with one hand, but I want you to watch the amps there as I do this. Let me figure out how I'm going to do this. Maybe like this. Oh dear, I should have practiced this first. Okay, well, I'm just going to do it and then flip the screen up really quick so you can see what's on the screen. Okay. Oh, and I unplugged it. Hang on. So I just went ahead and plugged it right in. What it does is at first it'll come up to about 0.5, 0.6 amps, and what actually happens after that is the device and the charger negotiate with one another to understand how much the charger can pull and how much the charger can supply and how much the device can pull. What it doesn't look at is the cable. If the cable is inferior, then it's not going to pull as much as it should. So anyways, you can see here it's charging 1.21, 1.22 amps. This is an official Samsung. Oh wait, yeah, this is an official Samsung charger, and it's designed for the Galaxy. All right. So this thing is a special charging cable. It's USB here. And over here, it's the old school Apple connector, which I'm going to cut off. And here is mini USB. And then the green one is micro USB, which is for cell phones. Let's see if I can get this to focus. There we go. So the idea here is this is a charging only cable. It uses there's 4 wires inside a USB cable, 2 for power, 2 for data. This one uses a little trick to make all 4 of them available for power. So the idea is that the cable will not be the limiting factor here. It's going to be the charging current output or the device current pull. So we were getting, what, 1.2 amps on this charger with the this white cable here, which is actually it's a data and a power cable. So let's see if it's anything different now with this one. Alright, so using the special cable, still only 1.2 amps. I've seen this charger put out more. Usually it puts out more when it's plugged into the phone that I'm recording this with, and I have no way to show you how that's charging with the phone camera running. Let's try something else. So this is a Samsung knockoff charger, branded Samsung logo, looks near identical to the official Samsung charger, and you can't read it, but it is rated at 2 amps, just like the Samsung charger. But because it's a non-Samsung knockoff, it's poorly built, and something interesting happens. Okay, we got our special charging cable, knockoff Samsung charger, and you can see it's topping out at about 0.8 amps. It is a inferior charger. It does not put out at 2 amps, and even more disturbing, 4.35 volts, nowhere near the 5 volt specification. This charger has the possibility to damage your device. I would not plug a cell phone into this, and I'm a little remorseful for plugging this battery pack in. These are actually headed for the trash. Official Samsung charger, $30. Knockoff charger, $7.50, and a lot of danger. So that is just a pitiful charger right there. You can see here our peak amperage, 1.02. That's got to be a fluke. I don't think it actually went that high. And our minimum voltage, 4.28, just atrocious. So earlier you remember the laptop was pulling about 1.5 amps to charge this, or putting it out 1.5 to charge the battery pack. That's pretty good. This is actually a high-end computer, so the USB port is not as poorly made as the ports on a lot of computers. What you'll actually find is when you plug a cell phone with a data/charge cable, it will pull somewhere between 0.6 and 0.9 amps to charge. That makes its charge really slow. So enter this cable, and suddenly on that same setup you can get about twice the amperage, and that means that your phone's going to charge twice as fast. Very useful. So here we have a wall outlet with 2 plugs and 2 USB charge ports, and it's got these little antenna things hanging off the side of it because there's a shelf down here. And the idea is you plug in your phone to charge it, put it on the shelf, and then wrap the cable around the prongs. Useful, I guess. Port here for the USB is rated at 2 or 2.1 amps. I can't really remember. And something else you have to be careful of, not on this one, but a lot of cheaper made units that have 2 ports like this, it's actually 2 amps between the 2 of them. So if you plug a cell phone in and a battery pack in, it's not going to hurt anything as long as the voltage doesn't drop. It's just going to charge slower. You can see here with no load, just over 5 volts. Very good. So we're plugged in. It went from, it started at about 0.4, 0.5 amps, and very quickly negotiated up to above 1, and then went ahead and negotiated up to, looks like about 1.6, 1.7 amps. And if we look at the voltage, under load, 4.89. That's pretty good, 4.92, that's very fine. Most any USB port's going to dip to about 4.9, maybe 4.85 under a heavy load, so no problem there. Other than that, that's my fun little setup. I think that is all of the ones I have to show you. Yep. Bye-bye.